I put my crown on because I'm fucking exhausted.
Mm,
What in the Bananarama is happening out there?
I don't know. I'm so tired too.
I'm so
And I'm never
tired.
tired.
No,
Like,
Candy's never tired. Candy's like a Capricorn. Like she's Aquarius, but she's a lot of Capricorn in her chart, and she's like a fucking machine. Choo, 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 choo. I just had to go down. I had to go lay outside on the ground. First of all, I laid down. I had to take my midday lie down. It's like I call it like a lie down, like it's a Victorian lie down.
yeah, I like that. Mm-hmm.
I mean, they said it on Bridgerton this last season. I was like, see,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. No sleeping. I just lay there, shut it all out for like between like 10 and 20 minutes. My ears were ringing so loudly. And I was like, fuck. And then I got this visual of me laying down outside on the ground in on the concrete out here. So I did that. And after about 2 minutes, I was like so much better.
Ooh, maybe I need to do that. I don't know. I just, it's like I'm sleeping, but I'm not really sleeping. That's what I feel like for one thing. And I love all the World Cup stuff, but I'm also exhausted of the World Cup.
I know. I love it. It's ruining my life.
I, I just missed a match today. I didn't even know. I thought I had more time. And then apparently it was a good one. I'm sad, but I'm just like, it's like I'm feeding all of this new sports stuff into my head. And it lasts so long.
It lasts
I
so
mean,
long.
we'll be sad when it's over.
I
But
know. I think it's gonna be like a hangover, like after the post Coldplay thing,
mm-hmm.
like the post Coldplay concert depression, and then everyone's online being like, "Why didn't anyone tell me how depressed I'd feel after this was over?" But I've seen other people comment, they're like, "Oh, post World Cup depression is a real thing."
Yeah, because now it's getting cute. Now the stories are coming out. Now we've seen them play enough where we're like seeing their personalities.
Yeah, I know the players.
Mm-hmm.
I did just watch the recap of that match. I was like, I didn't have time to watch it, but it's also World Chocolate Day the day we're recording this, so I'm having some chocolate.
Oh, I just ate 2 pieces. Yay!
Helped to ground me. It's like all over my face though. That's fine. Yeah, okay. So is it just like should we do a bubble question about the exhaustion? Because I
Yeah.
don't think we're the only ones.
Mm-mm.
What in the Bananarama is happening out there? Why so tired?
Oh, sorry, I just fell asleep. No, I'm kidding.
I'm gone. Toodles.
Just like that. If I stop talking, I fall asleep. Well, all I was seeing, and like we might have to dive into this, was do you remember those like 70 era like curtains that were beaded that would hang like people would
Oh
hang them in the
yeah.
doorway, like
Mm-hmm.
the hippie beaded curtains? I saw those, but it was like sparkle, so it was like raining down sparkling energy, like
Ooh, pretty.
um so what were those? I just wanted to share the visual because it actually felt really nice. Oh, right. It also morphed into and reminded me of, I don't remember what movie it was, and it might have, maybe it even wasn't a movie, but it's like the depiction of the ones and zeros falling,
Ugh,
like in
the
the Matrix.
Matrix.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that, except it's not. They're like, we made it sparkles because we don't want any conspiracy BS.
Okay.
It's not that we're being programmed, like ones and zeros being programmed. It's just like frequencies that are available that maybe on this mass of a scale haven't felt available.
Interesting.
So the tiredness is both individual and collective. Oh my God, I was having this conversation with my neighbor, Catherine, today.
Of course.
The pros of living in Asheville. She was talking about how this astrologer that she follows, whose name I cannot remember off the top of my head, Jody something, was talking about the Schumann resonance and how
My fucking God. Schumann this, Schumann that. Continue.
right, basically that's what this woman's saying is like it's a scientific measurement, but it doesn't really mean anything because people
there's
just
like millions of people out there with channels
right.
completely dedicated to what the Schumann resonance is doing.
Correct. She's like, everybody feels things differently. This is what this astrologer said. This is what Catherine and I were talking about. Everyone feels things differently. So like the whole concept, the whole notion that we would all feel the same stuff because of Schumann resonance is ridiculous.
Right.
We were also talking about how more people probably feel this than they realize, but they chalk it up to stress, family obligations, like coming off of a weekend of watching the World Cup, like whatever. Like there's always these reasons why you can be like, oh, I'm tired because of, versus right. the potential of I'm tired because like the world is lifting up. Ooh, which they're like is also part of the World Cup energy because there's this commonality and oh my God. Oh, they're showing me so many things. I need you guys to slow down. I can't keep up. They're showing me now the commercial with Will Ferrell, who he's driving the bus.
And get on the bandwagon.
Yeah, and he's basically like, oh, your team lost? Psh, pick another team. Like they all rip off their jerseys and they have like other jerseys on. And it's like that. It's like we're all rooting for teams, and then like we hear the stories, and then maybe we're rooting for the underdogs, or you know, like so there's this collective cheering that's happening, and it's not like the Super Bowl, which is just in the US, or March Madness.
No,
or the NBA.
I mean
it's the world.
Cape Verde, that last match they played was 2 billion people watching it. 2 billion.
Oh, it was amazing. I just got goosebumps. I love those little buddies so much. But what we're also carrying, oh my God, I got more goosebumps, bigger ones. We're carrying the hope and the spirit and the camaraderie and the softness, interesting word, that the game brings forward. They're just like, oh my God, they're saying so much stuff. They're now saying, you know, it's called, what is it, the beautiful game? It's not just because the pitch is immaculate or like there's a flow to the game and it is like beautiful to watch. It's because of how it makes people feel. That's ultimately the deeper level of why it got that label. It brings entire countries, regions, cultures, and then eventually the whole world like together. And there isn't the they don't like the word usual. I wanted to say usual, and they're like, I'm just going to use it here anyway because I can't come up with a different one. There's not the expected bad blood between the teams post.
Right.
It's like, so it's not like, I can't even remember what sport it was where like in the US there was some final playoffs or something happening. Maybe it was the NBA playoffs and people were getting fucking shot.
No. And
beat up after games. Yeah. Like, you know, like if a whole group of one set of fans would go out and they'd see another fan, they'd beat them up. Like, fucking ridiculous. But like that doesn't happen around soccer. And then they're reminding me of the video that I saw, which was the Mexico and England fans dancing after the game. Like Mexico lost, but they were so happy because they represented their country so well and they were so proud. And like, so Mexico and England, like they're dancing in the streets together, like all celebrating, even though one of the teams lost. So that is what's happening. So the upgrades, the energy that's coming in, it's like lit and sparkled and amazing because so many of us are partaking in the joy of the World Cup. Olé!
Olé! Well, this reminds me of Lee Harris and some of the stuff he said in his videos recently about some of us feeling what would be considered like the energies of 2030, but feeling it now. And I think that's what I see, or that's what it seems like to me. I don't know. I mean, I don't mean like the beads, like the falling beads. I just mean the energy around like the World Cup.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the World Cup for a moment, I forgot about DJT. And
I know, and then he inserted his dumbass into the middle and was fine. He's still alive. It's all right. So much better. Whatever. I do forget, like, it is like, okay, so I saw this woman and I don't know how many people listen to this podcast right now follow this kind of thing, but she's talking about the split, the new world, 3D, 5D, new world split, blah, blah, blah. And she did this whole channeling on her site, blah, blah, blah. But she was like, oh, it's not what we think it is. It's an event horizon. And I was like, still don't get that. But then what she was saying made a lot of sense. It's basically like a threshold you pass that you can never go back from.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And so, of course, like, it's going to feel like for a while, some people are past the threshold and other people aren't. But it's kind of like this idea that once you have this consciousness to the point at where it's at, allegedly, you're not going to go back, even though it looks like, for example, all over Latin America, there's this resurgence of like this really conservative movement of like religious restrictions and all of that stuff that we're seeing in the United States. But it's like, what I keep feeling like is now the consciousness has moved forward. It can't go back, but it's going to be like years of kind of this like, not dragging, but it's like faster progress than you probably would think. But it's like there will be people kind of, it's kind of like the technology adaptation. You know, there's a U-shaped curve for any kind of adaptation, but it's like people, when a new technology comes out, there's the people like at the forefront. And then there's the big U-shaped curve in the middle. Most people are kind of adapting it a little bit later. And then there's the people that are like, oh no, I still have my VHS recorder. Like, what do you mean?
Right.
Roku.
Right.
Streaming. Like, what are you talking about? So it's like that. But eventually there won't be VHS tapes hardly anymore.
Yeah. And I feel
you know what I mean?
like, yeah, the energy, the old energy, it's throwing its fit because it knows that it's on the way out.
Totally.
So it's
that
throwing a tantrum.
Extinction burst.
Yes. Literally the illustrations of DJT in a diaper as a toddler, that is so perfect because that's what I feel like the energy that I think really I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I just feel like it's the energy that he represents. Like somehow he got nominated 100%. To be like,
he's just like this channel. Mm-hmm. Like he's like, well, when you read his card, the 3 of Diamonds, those people know how to reflect back to you whatever it is you want.
Yes.
Like that's literally like one of the main characteristics of that card.
So he's the icon, the cheerleader, the model. What was the word I'm looking for?
Avatar?
Like, sure, that'll work. The avatar for that old energy. And you can see it happening, right? Like the day that Taylor Swift got married, he fucking posted Swiftie shit on his Truth Social. He hates her. He's even said he hates her, but he could feel like the energy moving away from him. No one was looking. No one cared. We were all distracted with something else. Even the people that weren't Swifties were distracted by it because, I mean, it's a show. Everybody wants to like know what's going on. And he's like, look at me over here.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel like is happening probably in Latin America. It's that old energy being like, wait, look at me, don't leave me.
Yeah. And it's, oh God, it seems like we may never get through this, but then sometimes I have hope.
Yeah, for the most part, I have hope. I think we're going to get through it. The World Cup is a beautiful example. We can get through it. Going to a Coldplay concert, another beautiful example. We can get through it. Going to a Taylor Swift concert, we can get through it. Like there are little pockets of you realize the New York Knicks winning. Like so many people watch that game. Those guys were so sweet. They described themselves as gentle.
Aww.
I know. And they're like fierce competitors, but they all in different interviews where they're like, how would you describe your teammate? If you like, which teammate would you give an egg to if they had to keep the egg from cracking? Like imagine it's your baby. You have to give a teammate the egg to keep it from cracking. And they all picked different people, but they all used the word gentle in describing why they would pick that person.
That's so sweet. Well, that's so then when you think about it that way, that's sort of like the balancing of the feminine and masculine energies, like the yin and the yang. Mm-hmm. The yang would be the fierce competitiveness in a healthy way. And then the yin would be the ability to care for something gently.
Yeah.
Completely.
Nurture each other.
So sweet.
So there's little signs all over the place. We just have to look for it.
Yeah, that's true. Got to get your feed giving you the right data.
Oh, yeah. There for a while, my feed was all New York Knicks. Now my feed is all World Cup soccer. Yeah, I really don't know anything else that's happening in the world because I know that Taylor Swift supposedly got married, and I
Yeah.
know that there's a World Cup going on.
Yeah,
Period. End of
that's
story.
it. I have decided I started a thing in my Instagram because Katie and I were reminiscing about like the last couple of years and like the things that have been so fun to be online for. And it was like we were reminiscing about Kamala Harris running and how fun that was, and Taylor Swift on the Eras tour, and Coldplay on their tour, and then like Bad Bunny doing Super Bowl halftime show, and the
Summer
Knicks,
I
and the
Turned
like
Pretty.
the summer I turned pretty, and the freaking the World Cup, like all that stuff has been so fun to be online watching people make memes and videos. But I was like, ooh, I'm gonna keep like a little Instagram save folder that's called revisit, so that like just every now and then I'm gonna save something to be like, I just wanna be able to remember either how cool this is or how ridiculous things have got the work. Because I just feel like you forget. And if you it's like a scrapbook of like the insanity of living through this time.
That's a really good idea. That's a really good idea because I mentioned the other night, I was like, I feel like we're gonna look back at this period of time and be like, the amount of just nutter butter shit that happened, like there's no way we have gone so far off the rails that like nothing surprises me anymore. And also, like, we are a caricature of what a country would look like if it got its freedom and was behaving like a horny 14-year-old boy who like was left feral to fend for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like the level of insanity. I'm just like, I'm sorry, what? What? Like, okay, I'm gonna totally jump the shark here and take us in another direction, because occasionally when I'm in my car, I have XM radio, so I will hear CNN. And
oh Jesus.
So I was in my car and CNN was on, and all of a sudden they're talking about this Graham Plattner dude who
is he playing for a World Cup team? Because I don't know who he is then.
No, but won his nomination in Maine to go up against I think her name's Susan Collins in the general election for a Senate seat.
Republican or Democrat?
He's a Democrat. The dude used to have a Nazi symbol tattooed on his body, right? Served in the military, I think for like 18 years, had a Nazi symbol tattooed on his body. Maybe recently got it, like, I don't know, like lasered off.
What? Oh my God.
Has multiple accusations of poor conduct, like against women. You can imagine. All this terrible stuff coming out about this guy. And the fucking Democrats were still like, well, that was in his past. He's come out and said he had, like addiction issues. So like, that's who he was. That's not who he is. And I'm like, these accusations are not that old. And honestly, if anybody has accusations against women, I don't care if you were on substances or not. That's not okay. And we should not be making excuses for those people anymore.
Yeah, or you could just find someone that doesn't have any of those problems.
Right. So many Democrats made excuses for him because they're like, it's in his past. Well, guess what came out this week? Well, yeah, another former girlfriend said that she was raped. Okay. And now all of a sudden, because I guess the timeline is too close, now all of these same Democrats who were endorsing this guy are now like, all right, that's the line for me. I'm like, when someone shows you who they are, DJT, you have to believe them.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just like, I'm sorry. Did we not see this coming? Did we not think that this would be a real thing? So this, again, I'm going to put it on your scrapbook as like the level of stupidity that we sit in, that we can't learn from what happened just like, I don't know, like 2 years ago.
Right. 2 months ago.
2 months ago, 2 days ago. Like, what is wrong with us? What is wrong? What is wrong?
Know.
So I don't know. So that's why my feed is full of World Cup and Taylor Swift.
Right.
And soon, when the World Cup has its halftime show, will then again be filled with Chris Martin and Madonna and Shakira and Justin Bieber and, I don't know, Bad Bunny.
Whoever shows up. All these surprises they're promising. Okay, so have you been using how have you been using your Whisper, or have you had any wins lately with your Whisper? Do you remember?
Well, I have been using my whisper to ask it who will win the World Cup games that I've been watching.
Has it been working? It's a good idea.
It has been.
It has,
And
like
a
the
couple,
cats and the dogs they're like eating the food and they're like, that's
yeah,
perfect.
yeah. I'll be like, okay, so who's gonna win this game? And I'll use the gauge, like the little meter,
Hmm.
to show me which team. Or sometimes I'll like say the name, looking for a yes no. There have been a couple of times when it's like yes no, like kind of volley back and forth, like ooh, like this is still kind of being decided. Where it's not necessarily confirmed yet. And in both of those cases, those games went into extra time because it was tied, and or went into penalty kicks. And I was like, oh my God, like it really was sort of up in the air. So that's been fun to play with, just to see if that can be right. It really helps when it's a team that I don't care about. Like when I
Right.
tried to guess for Mexico because I so wanted them to win, or tried to ask for Mexico, it was really hard because I could feel myself wanting to see yes, Mexico wins,
Hmm.
and that gets in the way. Um, I used it for that opportunity that came up at Urban Oasis, the yoga studio. Oh my God. And it also happened again this week. I don't know where the thought originated. I don't know if it was mine, or I don't know if it's the woman that I'm working for there, who's the studio manager. But all of a sudden, what dropped in was, oh, you should really get a second class at Urban Oasis, because it would be nice if people had two options to pick from to do breath work, because Thursday night doesn't work for a lot of people.
Mm.
And I was like, yeah, but like their schedule's already set for the next 3 months, so like whatever.
You just
Think about
countered
it
that
later.
voice with a
I did.
counter
And
voice.
then 2 days later, I got a text from Sherry, the manager, who said, hey, we really want to get you on the schedule again so people have another opportunity to take breath work. Which of these days works for you? And I was like, did I make that happen? Did she make that happen? Like, did it come from the whisper? Like, where did it originate? Doesn't matter, but it happened. And it started in my head as a like, whoop, just dropped in.
That's awesome.
What about you?
Yeah, I've been having some like just sort of not been doing it for the World Cup. That's fucking brilliant. Um, but like some just like feelings. Like I was watching one match with a friend at a bar that was like in the mid afternoon, and then we were going to get back together and switch places. She had to go home and let her dog out. I was going to go home and take a lie down, and we were going to meet back up. But like I'm leaving, we're leaving that bar, and in my head, I'm like, I'm feeling, not in my head, but like my feeling was we're not getting back together tonight. And my first thought was like, and my counter argument brain was like, well, she's not going to cancel because she's not a person who seems to cancel plans because she just apparently is not a homebody like me. I'm like, we're going to cancel it. Amazing. So I'm like, I'm not going to cancel it because I really want to watch this match. Oh, it's for the England Mexico. So I get on my bike. I ride my bike to the bar. I get a table at the bar because I am worried about like the seating situation. It's too hot out for me to watch it on the outdoor screen. Like I don't want to deal with that. I was like, it's also not a US game, so it won't be as busy. So I'm sitting at this table and I look at my phone, I'm like, fuck, they delayed the match an hour, which means 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm like, I'm gonna die. And I text her, I'm like, alert, alert, like before you leave, this match has been bumped. And she's so sweet. She calls me, she's like, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, I mean, I could go home and lay down on my couch and watch it. And she's like, okay, yeah, I think my dog would love it if I stayed here. I was like, okay. Like, I ended up pulling the trigger because she wasn't going to do it. She's so sweet. But like, I could feel it was just not going to happen. And I just didn't like, I just kept going because I should have double checked the match being delayed because the whole reason there was a controversy about the fucking time anyway was because of the storm that was going to be there. So like it was very likely to be delayed. We knew that for days, but I don't know. I wanted to ride my bike too. But anyway, so it's like stuff like that where it's just like this subtle feeling of I've got this event for work that is supposed to be in a couple of weeks, like exactly 2 weeks from today. And I'm like, that's not happening. And then at work today, it was like something came up and it's like, oh, well, this thing's not going to be ready. So we're going to have to bump it. And I was like, okay. Like I just these feelings of like, that's not moving forward. So I feel like it's being kind of tapped into the flow and trying to be like, it's so hard because it's subtle. It's so subtle. Like I feel like I'm like, it's like this. This is Katie and I are putting a course together called Claim Your Crown. It's like, how can you do this as quickly and easily as possible? Which is like, how do you kind of just pause yourself to check in? And that's what it is, right? It's like, do you remember what you were doing when you got that like download about your second class on the schedule? Like what was happening? Do you remember?
I might have been brushing my teeth or something.
Yeah, like you're just slightly
Random.
doing something that's not gonna, and like you're not trying to read a book. You're not fucking doing mathematics on your computer.
Mm-mm.
It's like a little bit of a pause, or like what we're gonna teach you is how to stop yourself and be like, just pause a moment and see, feel into it. And that's the two times that I've like noticed those in the last. I'm like, no, I just feel like it's just this underlying kind of just like feeling that comes forward, and you're like, I just know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's training yourself, and it's like being present with it, and it's like practicing. Honestly, it's practicing and play.
Yeah, and even though like I had the counter voice, I've learned that when something like pops in so clearly, to be like, okay, well, maybe I should consider that might happen. Is that something that human Candy wants to do?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I could do that. And like I could do it on this day or I could do it on that day. Can't these other days. So like if it came in, so I kind of like got then to play in the co-creation of it, or like I felt like I got to play in the co-creation of it, which was like if it comes in kind of wrapped in this package, then I'm interested.
Right.
And if it's, like teaching one of these styles, I'm interested. But if it's this other thing, I'm not interested. So it's also like I also felt like I got to kind of put some parameters around it
before you like hear
Mm-hmm.
from her and have to like kind of think about it on the spot or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or get like, for me, especially like get drug into someone else's excitement. It's always been a problem that I have.
Yeah. Yeah. Candy has Neptune in the first house. We learned that. And I was like, oh, Candy, I know what's wrong. Like, I know what happens. Because, like, there'll be a place in your chart in astrology where you don't have boundaries. And that's wherever Neptune is sitting. And then the chart houses are like numbered, and then they have themes that go with each one. So if you can look at your chart, you figure out what house is Neptune sitting, and you don't have any boundaries there. So Candy's house is the first house, which is the sense of self. So if someone's like, woohoo, and she's like, okay, woohoo, and then like 3 days later, she's like, fuck, I wasn't excited about that at all.
Like I had literally for the past, I don't know how many years, probably a good 5, if not longer, because I finally realized like, oh my God, I don't know what's my excitement. Like, am I legitimately excited, or am I excited because somebody else is excited? Like I can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
I have to like get out of the other person's energy and be like, do I care about this? And usually like, no, I don't give a fuck about that. But like, I'm just excited because they're excited.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so rough. I just realized just in the last few weeks that mine is the 6th house, which is daily routines. And I told Candy, I'm like, I have a Monday through Sunday for my like omega-3s and my vitamin D. And I'll look at the end of the week and like 3 of them will still be full. It is sitting out on the counter and I still can't do it. It's so hard to maintain like this daily consistency, and like it'll just, even if I do, like if I get into a workout program that's like a 12-week program, about week 8, I'm like, nah, fuck it. Like either my body, like I get injured, something will stop me from finishing that program.
Oh
it's so hard, because then you're like trying to listen to all this advice out there in the universe of like how many weights to lift and whenever and do whatever every week. And I'm like, I can't do anything every week. I can't. I just cannot. I try. I fight it. And I'm like, well, like how much should you be fighting against your chart or your blueprints, like your cards and your astrology? And what you said at the beginning, let's circle back, motherfuckers. The Schumann resonance doesn't affect everyone the same, because of course it fucking doesn't. Not everybody's going to be in the same cycle. First of all, lady cycle. Second of all, like whatever you got going on in your life. Third, your astrology. Like there's all these other things that could affect it. So why would everyone experience the same fucking thing at one time? That's insane.
No. Right.
No.
Doesn't happen.
No. And we're all about learning your own individual self here at Rain, and claiming your crown and ruling your world.
Exactly. Exactly. a
I think we've
beautiful
talked. Like, this is a good
stop.
talk.
It's a beautiful place to stop.
Yeah, I love it. I'm hot though. Why isn't my air conditioning kicking on? Jesus. Okay. All right. We'll see y'all for the August energies in the next video.
Bye.
That wraps this episode of One Card Shy. Did you love it? Leave us a review, share it with your friends, and sign up for our monthly crown straightener. Bonus, you'll get our free Claim Your Crown guide when you subscribe.
And be sure to find us on Instagram and check out our website. Both are rainworld.co. All the links are below. See you next time, Queens.